Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in today's video we will understand how to automate production reports with Pabbly Connect. So by using Google Forms, I have created a daily work report form for my employees. My objective is that whenever an employee is going to submit that form, then I want to update my HR team on Google Chat. So now to do this, I need to set up a connection between these two applications, for which I'm going to use this amazing automation software, that is Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect follows the concept of trigger and action. So here to do this, my trigger application will be Google Forms and my action application will be Google Chat. So if you want to learn more about this, follow me through the screen. In this video, we will understand how to automate production reports with Pabbly Connect. So by using Google Forms, I have created a daily work report form for my employees. So here my objective is that whenever an employee is going to submit this form, then I want to send an update to my HR team on Google Chat. So now in order to automate this entire process, I'm going to use this amazing automation software, that is Pabbly Connect, and this here is the landing page. So in order to reach here, you just have to type in pabbly.com/connect in your browser. So here you can see I've got two options. One is of sign in and the other one is of sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can simply sign in. But if you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free button and every month you will get 100 tasks for free. So as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. Now this here is the all applications page by Pabbly. So here I will go to Pabbly Connect and click on access now to reach my dashboard. So this here is my dashboard, and now in order to create a new workflow, I will go to my right hand side corner and click on this create workflow button. So now in this dialog box appearing, I need to give my workflow a name. So here I've named it as automate production reports with Pabbly Connect. On my left hand side, you can see that these are the folders which I've created before. So I want to save this workflow in the folder named as optimize production reporting automation, and now I'm going to click on create. So as I did that, now I've arrived on a very important window which consists of trigger and action. So basically, trigger and action are the two most important principles or concepts of Pabbly Connect on which this entire automation will depend. Trigger says when this happens, action says do this. Action is an automated response of your trigger application, and in a workflow, you can only have one trigger but multiple action applications. So now moving to my use case, that is to automate production reports with Pabbly Connect. So as my objective is that whenever an employee is going to submit this daily work report form, then automatically my HR team should be updated on Google Chat. So now in order to automate this entire process, I will go to my trigger window, and over here I'm going to search for Google Forms as my trigger application. Here it is. Now moving to the trigger event, that will be new response received. So this trigger will start working whenever a new form will be submitted and the response of that form submission will be added in Google Sheets in a new row. So now moving to my action window, as I want to send an update to my HR team on Google Chat. So over here I'm going to search for Google Chat as my action application. And the action event will be to create a new message. So as you can see that I have selected my action application and the action event along with my trigger application and the trigger event. So as my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission through Google Forms about the daily work report, then I want to send an update to my HR team on Google Chat. So to begin with this automation, I will go to my trigger window, and over here you can see that a webhook URL is given and along with that a help desk is given. So read this help desk given below carefully, because this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect your Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So now I'm going to take you to the Google form which I've created. So over here you can see that these are the questions that I've asked in this form. So as I've mentioned that the form responses will be added in a Google Sheet. But in order to make a connection so that the form responses could be added in that Google Sheet, I need to go to responses, and over here I need to click on to link to sheets. So the response which I'm going to receive through the form submission will be added in this Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on link to sheets, and over here I'm going to name the spreadsheet as HR update employee daily work report, and now I'm going to click on create. So this here is the Google Sheet that has been created. So over here you can see that in this Google Sheet, these are the columns consisting of the questions which I've asked in the Google form. It consists only of one sheet, and this here is the name of this Google Sheet. So as whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically the details of that form submission will be added in this Google Sheet. But before moving ahead, we need to make a connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect so that the form responses details should be sent to Pabbly Connect. So in order to do that, I will go to extensions, and over here in extensions, you have to make sure that you have this Pabbly Connect webhooks extension. So if you don't have it, you can simply go to get add-ons. And over here, you just have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here it is. So as you can see that I've already installed this extension. So it says installed. You also have to follow the same process in order to build a connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to close this. So now I will go to extensions, go to Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here I will go to initial setup. So here in initial setup, it says the webhook URL will be set up on the below selected sheet. So here you can see the sheet name and it is selected over here. So now moving to the webhook URL and the trigger column. So from Pabbly Connect, I'm going to copy the webhook URL and over here, I'm going to paste it. So once this is done, now I need to mention the trigger column. So over here to mention the trigger column, it is said that the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So over here, G is the final column. So G will be my trigger column. So once I have mentioned the webhook URL and the trigger column, so now I'm going to click on submit. So here you can see it says the setup has been configured successfully. So as the configuration was successful, now in order to make sure that whenever I'm going to receive a new form response, then automatically the details should be sent to Pabbly Connect. So by clicking on send on event, I'm going to make sure that every time I'm going to receive a new form response, then automatically those form response details should be sent to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on send on event. Once that is done, it is an important step to refresh this page. And as I have done that, so now I'm going to do a form submission. So now I'm going to do a form submission. Let's say the first name will be dummy. The last name will be demo. Now here I'm going to mention an employee ID that will be. Now I'm going to mention an email address, dummydemo@pabblytuts.com. And now I'm going to fill in the today's task summary and the task for the upcoming day. So over here, I've mentioned these details as well. And now moving ahead, I'm going to click on submit. So over here, that means the submission has been made and the details of the submission has been added in this Google Sheet. So over here, you can see the email address and over here, you can see the task summary. And this over here is the task for the upcoming day. That means in this Google Sheet, the form submission we have just received, the details of that is successfully added. And these details would have been sent to Pabbly Connect as well. So I'm going to take you to Pabbly Connect. And yes, over here you can see that I have received the response. This here's the trigger column. Here's the today's task summary. This here's the timestamp, task for the upcoming day, spreadsheet name, spreadsheet ID, sheet name, sheet ID, row index, last name, first name, employee ID, and the email address. That means the form submission which I've just made is successfully captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So the first step of this automation is set up. That means now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically the details of that form submission will get captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So this trigger will instantly capture the new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. So as I've got the details of the form submission over here in Pabbly Connect, now by using these details, I would like to update my HR team on Google Chat by sending a message. So over here, firstly, I need to establish a connection between Google Chat, Hangout and Pabbly Connect. So I've already opened my Google Chat in one of the tabs. So I'm going to click on connect. And over here, you can see that Google Chat and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So now moving to the chat webhook URL. So over here, I need to enter the Google Chat Room webhook URL. So over here in Google Chat, I have created this space by the name of HR Team Work Report Updates. So now in order to mention the chat webhook URL, so I need to click on this button. And over here, I need to go to Apps and Integrations. And here in Apps and Integrations, I will go to Webhooks. And in Webhooks, I'm going to add a new webhook. So let's say I'm going to name this webhook as Pabbly Connect. So once I've named it, I'm going to click on save. And here you can see that the webhook has been created. So over here, this is the webhook which I've created right now. So I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and over here, I'm going to paste it. So once that is done, now I need to frame the message which I would like to send in that space. So now I'm going to frame the message. So this here is the message which I have framed. So it goes as, hello team, daily work report submission update, name, employee ID, today's task summary, submitted date and time. So over here after name, I'm going to map the name of the employee who has submitted the form. So basically mapping means to insert the data from previous step. So as I've received these response details from Google Forms, so that is why over here in these fields, I'm going to map it from the response received. So this here is the employee ID. Now I'm going to map the today's task summary. Here it is. And now I'm going to map the submitted date and time, which is this. So as you can see that I have mapped the details in these fields. So this method of mapping is important so that every time I'm going to receive a new response, so that response could be taken into consideration in these fields. If I would have written this information manually, in that case, this information could have become static, which means that it wouldn't change even if I would have received a new response. So to avoid that problem, we map the information. So as I've mapped the details, now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And here you can see that I have received the response, and this here is a positive response. That means a message would have been sent in my space. So now I'm going to show you the message as well. So over here you can see that this here is the message that has been sent to my HR team on Google Chat. That means now every time I'm going to receive a new form submission about the daily work report, then automatically an update will be sent to my HR team on Google Chat. So this automation was a successful one. That means by using this automation, you can automate production reports with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, whenever you are going to receive a new form submission through Google Forms about the daily work report, then automatically an update will be sent to my HR team on Google Chat. So now I'm going to show you a real-time example as well. So as this here was the Google form, and now I've mentioned the details which are to be submitted, and now I'm going to click on submit. So the form submission has been successful, and over here in Google Chat in my HR team space, you can see that a new message has been sent. So this here is the update. So that means the automation which we have set up is working completely fine. That means now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically an update will be sent to my HR team on Google Chat. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Not just these applications, you can integrate a lot more applications and create amazing automations by using Pabbly Connect. So you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can write us to https://forum.pabbly.com, and for pricing related issues, you can visit this link. So you can create a lot more automations by using Pabbly Connect, and don't forget to share these videos with your friends, colleagues. Subscribe to our channel for more.